Right, apologies everybody. I'm just going to get this link posted again to the main tier. Not too sure what happened with the stream. Just seemed to crash out at some point. And yeah, I've been yapping away to myself for the last 5 or 10 minutes and then realised that there's nothing happening. So let's just quickly run back. So we saw Abmo. Where is Abmo? So there's Abmo in 8th place. So we saw him go into the barriers and then drop all the way down into 8th place. I think that is behind. That was maybe a bit of net code or maybe not too sure. What did I do? I don't know. It just crashed. Not too sure at all. However, we get back up and we try again. Apologies for that. So I think this is about where we got up to. Thereabouts. But as I've been chatting to myself, I know loads of stuff that's about to happen, so hopefully I'll do a pretty good job on the comms. Oh, good. I don't know, maybe my internet's just really pants. Not too sure. So there's the point with Abmo going off, so he drops down into last place from perhaps a bit of contact, and that. So I saw that bit of contact, Druid. I'm not too sure that I'd say that your race was that bad. It's just an honest mistake. So we'll jump back up now. So Munkin and Juho have got a pretty good lead ahead in 1st and 2nd place. Comfortable sort of gap to Armaz and Venki behind, as Ahmad is looking to go purple in this sector, at least for him. Fastest lap currently a 1:37.9 from Juho on the softer compounder tyre, so a lot of work to do. Abu there, that's gifted a few positions ahead of him. So we'll drop back, see what happens here. Kieran gets through, everyone making it through, as does Druid. So everything nice and clean so far. Phil holding on to the 11th place. For the moment at least. Gracie having a pretty good drive. He's getting up into 12th position now, so doesn't say recovering, he didn't drop down too far, but from his sprint race finish he's doing a much better job this time round. And Hadir gets a penalty, which is going to allow Robbo the opportunity to close up by the end of the pit straight, I imagine. No, he doesn't serve it this time, so that'll be in the next lap. So a bit of patience from Robbo to get that position ahead of him. Now we'll see these two at the front. Juho with the previous fastest lap in the Mercedes, not quite able to match Munkin his pace in the Ferrari. Much more nimble and lighter car in the Ferrari, and especially for this particular track, it is the meta car. It gets the rotation much better than all of the other cars here. Just really every little bit helps. Level rises on the track, getting rubbered in, or is Munkin going to be able to pull it back a little bit through that final sector? We'll see the fastest lap come through now. Is he going to do it? What do we got? A 138 and another 138. 137.8. There it is. Juho gets a first corner, the first hairpin. How does he do that? Let's jump on board with him. So he comes in. Just a little bit too much on the brakes. Over rotates through the corner and loses out. Is he going to lose a position to Ahmad's behind him? He's got dirty tyres now. He's going to have to defend for his life. He's got a big enough gap at the moment, but the dirty tyres are going to slow him down a fair bit through the corner. He's managed to recover just enough not to worry about Ahmad's at the minute. Yeah, that's it. It's he's also not running traction control, if I see that right. I mean, that's a brave thing. I would love to be able to drive with no traction control, but still not something that I can do, as he takes a lot of corner off the inside and it spits him out wide, and now he's going to have dirty tyres again. Ahmad's able to close up, and Kieran too. Kieran having a great race for the feature. Juho just loses out a bit more time by missing the apex as it comes through to the final corner, and Ahmad's is super close now. The power of that Mercedes just pulling away a little bit, but we'll see both of these guys, Ahmad's and Kieran, maybe looking to make a move by the end of the straight. All the while, Monka's going to be loving this one, taking the pressure right off, having to defend. He can just look after and manage his tyres all by himself. No one to hamper his progress. Kieran looked like he was about to get a bit of a move done, but not quite close enough. Just a trick of the camera there. That Kova's up into 5th. He's doing well. We've got Shorka making a move on Benke, rubbing doors a little bit, getting through though fairly unscathed. And then Abule in 9th with Bracy close behind, and Bendit's worked his way up into 10th. Going to have to be super careful not to... Oh, there's contact between Bracy and Abule. Now, is he going to wait up? It does look like he does. That's good sportsmanship from Bracy. Gives the position back to Abule, but that has gifted Bendit 2 positions at the beginning of this race, so easy overtakes for Bendit. So now he's definitely in a good position to get a good finish to the race if he can carry on his progress through this one. He started in, I think it was 12th or 13th, so he's having a great start to the feature race. Let's just drop back, because it looks like we're going to see maybe a little overtake from someone at the back here. We've got Tomo very close to the back of Chaos. Now Chaos needs to go to the right hand side and defend, although Tomo's not really close enough, but you can see the gap is closing. Chaos moves to the inside, realises that Tomo's not close enough to make a move that time round. Gets a little bit wide, taps the brakes. That's going to allow Tomo to close the gap. And there it is. Now Chaos defending, doing it right this time. He's on the inside, he defends it well. He's going to park it on the apex. It's going to Tomo to get past. Boots it out of the corner, and the McLaren will be a little bit better on its tyres through this corner than the Audi, because he's on the softer compound, but the mediums are starting to look a little bit worn now. Chaos got to get to at least lap 10, not 20. Okay, if you could get to lap 20 on the mediums, you'd be an absolute tyre god. But he's managed to pull away and get a bit of a gap to Tomo behind him again, giving himself a little bit of breathing room. And Robbo making his hard work quite well. I can't remember if, Robbo, you said this was the one where you get your tyres wrong, or if that was Lego and you pitted for softs at the end. Somehow you managed to make it work regardless. Okay, so Gr3 has closed the gap back up to Abule after waiting up for him on the previous lap, and now these two are side by side. Abule just pinging around the track a little bit, but you see Gr3 goes around the outside through the corner, gets the move done, gets the overspeed, and that is a brilliant overtake from Gr3. Probably been desperately trying to get that move done since the start of the race. Finally getting to use the medium, so we'll see him pull away pretty quickly now, I imagine. Trying to catch up to his teammate Bendit in 8th place. Bendit also on the mediums. Pair of these guys looking almost identical on their tyre and fuel usage. It looked like Bendit was about to get a move done on Benke there as well. What tyres is Benke's on the hard compound tyre. And he swerves straight over to the inside. Are we going to see Benke come into the pit? Not this time round. It will be a very early pit for Benke on the hards. So let's just jump back forwards again and see if anyone up here is Shorka Boss manages to get past Juho. But Juho's tyres probably starting to, or just jump back again because this is, yeah, it's just going to be a simple pass coming into turn 1. So Ahmad and Shorka getting past Juho, looking to make some moves towards the front of the pack as the pit stop window starts to open. You may see some drivers coming in this lap, some of the medium runners. If not this lap, maybe the next one. So the two championship rivals currently in 3rd and 4th position. Shorka now with the fastest lap of a 1:37.5, able to make some progress because he's got a little bit of clearer air in front of him with less traffic. He's already got the move on Ahmad's. Ahmad's on the hard tyre, not able to defend from the slightly superior Ferrari at this track. But it's not a slam dunk yet because obviously they're both on different tyre strategies. The pit windows are coming up, so we're going to see this probably from lap 20. We'll see how it actually pans out and what these guys' pace is actually like, as Shorka is going to have to do the hard tyre later on. So no medium runners coming into the pit so far. Shorka yet again managing to get a 1:37 lap, which is pretty good. We're going to see him. Oh, Ahmad dives to the inside, but it's not enough. Has to overslow the cars to not make contact, and gives that position back. But he's so close behind still. And look how far away Munkin is. Munkin's having a great race. You can't even see everyone behind him. But he's definitely been cooking those front tyre, those medium tyres. Look at that front left. It's absolutely spent. So we're going to almost certainly see him come in this lap. We must see him come in this lap. mean, there's probably enough tyre life to get another lap or two out of it. But with he's been super consistent with 138s throughout this race, and he's only 2:39 second laps. So we're going to see those times start to come up, as he doesn't obviously come into the pit lane this time round. He stays out on the warm medium. Feels like he's still got enough left to go another lap, maybe another two. He's certainly got enough time, but he doesn't want to do it too late, otherwise he's going to lose out on that gap. It's going to diminish pretty quickly once those tyres go. Shorker trying to get past Kieran. At the top speed of that McLaren, just not able to do it, but gets it done into the corner. Kieran doesn't defend it. And now Kieran's going to have to defend from Ahmad's as well. Kieran must have been taking some defensive lessons from Chaos. He's done a great job so far of keeping everyone behind him. You see, Jiho's tyres are also actually looking pretty good, especially compared to Munken's tyres. Kova is still on a very good pace at the moment on the hard tyre, matching kind of what Munken was doing at the front on the medium tyre. So we'll see him go a bit quicker through the second half of the race, that's for sure. Benke looks like he's losing out of position to Bracey there as they get a little bit of contact and pushes him wide. So both the Porsche excuse me, both the Porsche drivers managing to get a bonus position there as Benke runs out onto the outside of the track. That's going to allow Abuli to come through, as who did we just see come through the pit lane then? It's Munken. Munken's into the pits. We thought that might happen. So take note of how much fuel he's got. He's got 34% of his fuel remaining. We'll see how much other people have been able to, as Chaos comes in as well, he's on 35%, so roughly the same sort of fuel usage from these guys. And what tyres? So Druid was also on the mediums as well. As Munken comes out in front of Phil in 14th place on a fresh set of hards. So yeah, his final lap, lap 11, was a 1:40.6, so definitely his tyres were past their best, and it was a right move to come in. Maybe could have come in a lap earlier. The hards will obviously go the distance now. So Abmo's in 13th, Tomo's up into 12th. Robbo's managed to get himself back up into 11th place. Kadir's in 10th, Abule's in 9th, Benke is down to 8th place now. Bendit and Bracey, both the Porsche drivers, up into 7th and 6th. So we're going to see any kind of team orders. Well, maybe not a team order, but Bracey goes super wide out of the last corner, and that just gifts Bendit the position, as well as picking up his own penalty. And Abule looked like he was about to go into the pit lane then. Or is he just going for a bit of slip from Benke in front of him? Looks like he does, and then he dives back out onto the track along as... It does sound a bit strange, whatever's going on with his car. The gear shifts there look like he's dropping out of the rev. I think it's just the netcode and lag issues more than anything. Oh, I've done the wrong button again. There we go. So Abule's up into 5th as a couple of people have pitted, and he's taken that position out from them for the longest stint of the hard tyre. Bracey and Bendit in 4th and 3rd now. As Bendit goes a little bit wide, hopefully that's not going to be a penalty as well. I think he's managing to get away with it. So we'll see Bracey serve that penalty at the end of this lap coming through. Juho still out on his mediums. Looks like he can get to lap 15. I think it should be easily done. I think I did the reverse strategy this. I did 11 laps on the hard tyre and then did 15, or the remainder of the race, which is about 15 laps on the medium tyre, so they can definitely do that. So he does stay out until the end of lap 15, at least lap 15. Still got quarter of a tank. He's doing a great job managing his tyres and fuel in that heavy Mercedes. Then we've got Ahmad's now in pole position, slightly worse on fuel, but tyres still plenty of life left in them, as we've got Bendit and Abule now coming into the pit lane, both roughly the same sort of fuel as well. You see most of these guys, Abmo on 22% of fuel, having used a little bit more, but for the most part these guys are all doing a pretty good job of fuel saving and looking after their tyres. Now Shawka's down in 8th place. That's because he pitted. So what can we see from him is his lap 13 was a 1:53. That was the pit entrance and then the pit exit of lap 14, isn't it? So to be expected. Kova now behind on his fresh medium, so we're going to see him definitely make some moves forwards. He was lapping same sort of pace as Munken at the front on his hard tyres, whilst Munken was on his mediums. The grid a little bit spread out, which is pretty normal for the pit phase. Kira now in 7th, going for the hard tyre second time round. Munken is in 6th, getting a little bit loose through the final sector. Perhaps not quite used to the reduced grip of the hard tyre. Ahmad's now comes in from the lead of the race as Juho stays out for another lap. Not too sure if he just missed that or if he's just trying to maximise his times. He's been fairly consistent in the 39s. His last lap was 40, and I think that may have had a penalty on it as well. So his lap times aren't that bad, to be fair. Still, averagely low 39s. So his overall pace is actually very excellent considering how much the tyres are warm. But that's now allowed Robbo all the way up into 2nd place. But he does still need to make a pit, so we'll see him drop that down a little bit. His lap times roughly around the same sort of thing. If you averaged it out, we'll probably say around about a 1:39. A few quicker, a few slower. But overall his pace isn't too bad, just needs to work on those mistakes that we're all very susceptible to. But getting some really good results the last couple of races. There's a big old gap between him as we see Juho come into the pit lane. Don't think he could make any more laps out of that tyre. And also we see Robbo going for an extended hard tyre. So Munken is now in 3rd place. He's going to come out ahead of Juho. So he retains the net lead. Shawka now is up into 4th place. But Kova's managed to get a position on him. Let's just drop back and see that one again. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Overspeed through the straight, gets the slip, pulls out, got the inside line, parks it on the apex, and there's nothing that Shorker can do really because he's on the harder compound. Kova's on the softer compound, lighter fuel load, and just runs away with that one. That is a excellent bit of driving from Kova. And now Ahmad's on the softer compound as well, has got his main rival locked and loaded ahead of him, and is going to desperately want to try and get in front of him. So we'll just wait and see what happens for these guys. Is Ahmad's able to make a move sooner rather than later on the better compound, doing his personal best sector time of the race so far, a full 3, nearly 4/10 faster, closing that gap very quickly to Shorker, who's goes a bit wide, got to the wide line, misses the apex though. As they get a little bit of door banging, I think Shorker's still managed to get the slip from Kieran in front of him. But man, the power of that Aston Martin is just insane, managing to catch up massively. As we see, Robbo's come into the pits now as well. Shorker gets that position back with the overspeed, gets the right line. Ahmad just gives him a little bump as he closes up a bit too quickly. There's a little bit of contact again, banging doors with these two. Shorker's got the inside line. They go side by side through the corner. Brilliant racing to get through there with no contact. Still side by side all around the outside. Is this the 130R? Is that what this? I can't remember if that's one's Suzuka or not. But these guys driving toe to toe. Shorker manages to get back in front, but Armaz is not going to relent. Goes around for the outside, gets the better line, little bit of pushing, gets him through the corner, but Shorker is just holding on. On the harder compound, taking the defensive line, compromises his exits every time, but he's still managing to hold ahead. Armaz is around the outside. I think he might have it done this time round. He goes wide. Shorker's got the inside line again. They're side by side. Shorker looks to have the slip a little bit. He has to concede. Man, that was some good racing. Nearly a full lap of side-by-side action from these two. A little bit of bumping, but pretty good. And here we go. Shorker's got the slip. Dives back to the inside for turn one. Isn't quite alongside enough. Ahmad's going for the late break as well. Gets it stopped in time and turned round, using the medium tyre compound to his full advantage. Now he's just got to get 7 more laps, including this one, to look after those tyres, keep the position, and gets the maximum points for the championship. So Kova's also managed to close the gap to Munken massively. We saw Munken have a huge advantage before he pitted, and Kova has managed to do a fantastic job with his pace. Look at that. Since he pitted, 137s pretty much the whole time. So huge pace advantage from Kova in the little Alpha. And Munken has got a lot of defending to do on the harder compound as well. Just about a second, I think, so we'll see Kova start to close the gap, but probably won't be able to do anything on this lap just yet. But we'll see him close the gap through the corners on lap 20 as Kieran looks to have a go against Ahmad's as well. Gets the move done before the turn one, but has to take a compromise line into the corner. Parks it on the apex, gets away well, and that's another move defended from Ahmad's. These McLaren boys must go to the same school of defence. Now we can see Shorka's made it past Juho as well. Bracy back in front of Bendit somewhere, so Bracy on the softs, Bendit on the mediums, probably a bit of team orders between the two of them just to get the advantage whilst it's there. But his softs are pretty spent, nearly halfway done, and still 5 laps to go, and he's only been out, so was it lap 15, so he's done 5 laps on the softs. I think we might see Bracy come in again and do a 2-stop. What's the gap to those behind as you see Bendit come through the final chicane? We'll pick a point. Maybe 8 seconds behind them is Abule, and has a penalty, as does Hadir. So Robbo now down to 11th on his soft tyres. He meant to put the mediums on, but went for the softs. Easily done when you perhaps have a little bit of a panic. And look at this, Bracy's managed to get himself into the 36s on his soft tyres. That is a fantastic lap time from him. But if he does have to come in to the... He's managed to catch up to the pack in front of him already. That is serious pace. And that was his fastest lap on the last lap as well, so he's still got a good amount of life left in his tyres. He's able to manage it quite well. But will we see him have to come in and do a 2-stop? We'll just have to go and keep an eye on that one. But the amount of overspeed that he's got through here, he's just going to have to bide his time just a little bit. Maybe see if anyone ahead of him makes some mistakes. Gets through the final sector, and then he can get a good run out of the final corner to catch up and overtake Juho ahead of him. Porsche pretty good, apart from its starts, a pretty good all-round car. You see Bendit. Why is Bendit pulled out so far to that side? Is he going to pit again? He does. Why have they come into the pits? Why did Bendit come into the pits? He's got enough fuel. Did he mean to put in the softs as well? Let's just hang on with these guys. I know it's a little bit tight at the front. I just want to see if these guys, maybe Bendit put in more fuel last time and meant to put the softs on. So Bracy puts a little bit more fuel in. Bendit doesn't have to put any fuel in, and that's giving him... Oh, and Bracy gets a 3-second penalty for cutting the pit line as well. Oh, that is very gutting for him. So he's going to lose that position behind Tsutomo when he has to serve it. And how far about? I think he's got enough of a gap to Druid in 14th that he's not going to have to worry about it too much. And I suppose with the softer compound tyre and his pace, he will be able to get an overtake back into 12th place. But that is a bit of a devastating thing to have to happen right when you were doing really good in the race. I think that perhaps they might admit that the 1-stop might have been the more advantageous strategy. If I was Bendit, I certainly wouldn't have come in to put on the softs. He was doing all right. So Avmo is in 10th, having a good recovery from his little spin earlier in the race. Having a solid drive in 10th place there. Hadir's now up into 9th, so there's done a good result as well. Abule in 8th. Robbo's managed to get the position off of him, so up into 7th on the soft tyres. Yeah, practice for tomorrow, hey? The streets of Tokyo. You either love it or you hate it. Personally, I for one absolutely love that track. I think it's brilliant. Holds a special place in my heart, having recently been able to go and do some street racing on the Wangan, on the C1, and I can tell you that it is just as scary in real life as it is in the game. The walls are super close. But I'm sure it will yield some good results. Now we've got a yellow flag, so who's managed to do this? It's Munken. Munken's gone off. He was doing so well, and somewhere along the way, just dropped back a little bit because Ahmad has managed to get in front of him as well. When did this one happen? Oh, this was just because of the pit stops, wasn't it? Or was it? No, it wasn't the pit stops. So Ahmad has managed to get past Kova at some point as well. Is this just going to be a simple slam dunk? Munken does try to squeeze him a little bit. Not able to do it enough though. Going side by side, that allows Kova to close the gap really quickly as well. And that's it, Munken loses that position. Kova's going to be on the soft compound tyres. He's going to be desperate to try and get past as well. He goes super wide through that corner, but claws it back nice and tight. Gets a really tight corner through the left-hander, perhaps compromising his exit speed a little bit. Just jump forward again, trying to catch up with these guys. Munken closing that gap to Ahmad's ahead of him. The Ferrari much better through this final sector. Oh, is they really close? Munken taking the slightly tighter line. He will be, looks like he is close enough that perhaps he'll get the slip coming down into the first corner. Both these cars with roughly the same sort of top speeds. Kova still close behind, waiting to pounce on any mistake that these guys get, and Munken goes a little bit wide out on the marbles, but just gets it stopped in time, misses his apex, but probably manages to keep his speed up just enough to catch back up to Ahmad's. You can see Shorka's in 4th place as well, not too far behind Kova, looking to try and make a move in the last few laps of this race. 2.5 laps left to go. Will we see anything? And Robbo is also up into 7th place. After having spun out at the beginning of the race and then making a slight error with his pit stops, choosing the wrong tyres, he's doing really well getting into 7th. And this time round, Kova's managed to get a brilliant final sector, and he's closed the gap to Munken massively. We can get a good exit through this final hairpin. Difficult last corner, and there we go. Munken's just spun it round, gets too much on the power too soon, loses the back end with the harder compounded tyre as well, with less grip, gets front damage. He drops all the way down to 6th place now. Avule going up to 6th place, Robbo getting up a promotion up into 5th because of that bit as well, and he also, well, he was in 7th, so we got another overtake done as well. But this is a great recovery for Robbo, up into 5th. Jiho still doing pretty good on his soft compound tyre, nearly at the end of their life, but doing a great job in that Mercedes, holding on to 4th place. Shork's now up into 3rd. Kieran binned it as well. He did, didn't he? There we go. So there's Kieran and Jiho coming down into turn 1. Do we see any contact through this one? Let's jump ahead just a little bit. Kieran having to defend it for his life against Jiho on the softer compounder tyre. So here we go into the final sector, gets it on the grass, and spins himself round. Kieran bins it as well. Drops all the way down to 9th place. Disappointing result for Kieran. He was doing so well this race. Would have been a great result as well for the McLaren team. And now he's got dirty tyres, runs away a little bit. Yellow flag we know from Munken as well. So we're back up to where we were before. Bendit is up to 11th on his soft tyres. Tomo is in 12th. Bracey still not been able to get past since putting his new tyres on and serving his 3-second ban. Although here we go, the overtake is happening now. It's a simple slam dunk move, this one. Although the overtake did happen quite early, so not too sure if we'll see Tomo manage to get the overspeed and make a move back into the braking zone of turn 1. It doesn't look like he's going to make the move. So Bracey holds on to the 12th place. Chaos in 14th with Benke still not too far behind him, but doing a good job of defending from Benke. Now Benke's tyres will start to drop off and we'll see the hard compound come into play for the last lap or two. Bill's all the way down in 16th now. Disappointing for him after he span out and crashed earlier. Ahmad's managed to make a bit of a gap to Kova behind, and he's going to love that one. He got a 10-second penalty for weaving. Why? Like weaving because he's defensive, or, well, we'll find out, eh? Or is that just a celebration? So Shorka manages to get the position off Kova. Brilliant move, considering he's on the harder tyre as well. Oh, break and toe. I mean, yeah, if there's more than one move, then yeah, not allowed. If you're just celebrating a win and there's no one significantly behind, I would say that was super harsh. Kova's not going to give up easily though. He's got a little bit of life left in his medium tyres. He's desperately going to try and get that back, but I think Shorkers are just going to have started to overtake him on the tyre wear. Not enough to close the gap to Ahmad's in front, unless Ahmad's has a huge problem. As we're coming up now to the last couple of corners, we'll jump on board with our race leader at the moment. Ahmad has done a fantastic job despite his trials in this race, getting himself back up into first place. Comes across the line, and I think with the amount of points he gets from the win of the feature gets the championship lead, as we're just going to drop back again just to see how this one... I mean, I can see that does look a little bit more like a celebration, given the fact that, you know, COVID doesn't have the overspeed to be able to get past. He would never have made it by that point. It's you have to be much further down the line. Anyway, Kova gets third place. We'll jump back, just having a little thing about that. Juho, brilliant drive from Juho, getting fourth place. Excellent job from Robbo in fifth. Abule gets sixth. Hadir in seventh. Munkin comes across in eighth. Kieran, wow, look at these guys just coming across the line. That was a photo finish if ever I've seen one. Look at that. I think Amo accidentally gave Kieran a bump there to get across, but he gets across just in front of Bendit. Bendit managing to get the fastest lap of the race, an extra point to him. Bracy, his teammate, comes in 12th. Tomo on the Audi in 13th. Chaos holds on to 14th. Benke comes across in 15th. And Phil, having a bit of a lonely race at the back from his little excursion, comes across the line in 16th place. Was it the whole straight, Robbo? I don't know. It didn't look like it was a whole straight. But there you go. Clearly that's what the stewards decided if he did get a penalty. So we'll run through the standings from this race. I believe we've come out post stewards as well. We've got the result for that one. So this should include any penalties that's happened. So top of the leaderboard from Fuji. Oh, it is tight, but Shorker manages to hang on to the lead with a 1-2 for this race. I think the fourth place for Ahmad in the sprint has cost him dearly. However, Shorker is in first place with 161 points. Ahmad's very closely behind, just 5 points in it at 156 points in second place. Kieran gets the third position currently with 93 points, and just 4 points behind is Robbo in fourth in the driver championship. Juho is in fifth with a brilliant drive in his Mercedes with 84 points, whereas he's 61 points in seventh place in the Alfa Romeo. Abule in the other Vantage is in eighth place with 60 points. Then we've got 10th place is Munkin with 51 points, just 1 point behind. So all these guys, apart from the top two who have kind of running away from it with it a little bit, but from third to 10th, it is a pretty tight championship. These guys have all got it to play for the remainder of the season. Just quickly, we'll run through the final standings. Benke in 11th, Abmo in 12th, Druids in 13th, Hadir in 14th as well. They're both joint on 19 points down there. And then we've got Sappi in 20th place. Oh, and Tomo, this was his first race in Tier 4 Blue, so welcome along. Good show. He's holding it up. He's got 3 points, and we'll look forward to the next few races. So we've got Tokyo South counterclockwise happening tomorrow, and then all being well, you will have your comms for that one Wednesday night. And yeah, thanks very much for tuning in. Don't forget to give the stream a like, or both of them, because we had a bit of a break. Again, apologies for that one, but look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for tuning in.